So, for the most part, I'm a pretty relaxed individual most of the time. Because everything's chill. You just kind of go with the flow, and it's no real reason to get bent out of shape about a lot of stuff, because a lot of stuff is just small, and a lot of stuff you can control. So you don't get bent out of shape over stuff like your weight and stuff like that, because unless you have some kind of gland issue or something, you can go to the gym and lose the weight. That's why I don't cry or complain about my weight, because if I really wanted to get rid of the weight, my fat ass would be in the gym. Period, point blank. No excuses. But we have situations where things are not in your control, and it's because somebody did something. Those times make me pissed. Those bring the devil out of me. That makes me angry. So, now, aside from the customer service rep that I spoke to, Alvaro, cool guy, and the young lady that I spoke to at customer service, I can't remember her name right now, but she was a very nice lady too. Those two people, I like. And the young man I met at the store in Clinton when I was trying to figure this out earlier, nice guy. He did everything that he could. So, and he wasn't the person involved when I bought the watch in the first place, so I don't have any malice towards him. Nice guy. Now, the folks that were responsible for me getting this watch and what they didn't do on their end, that's where my focus is raged, squarely on them. So, when I spoke to the young lady on the customer care line, again, very nice young lady, she told me that I had a $91 bill for the line of service for the watch. And I was like, okay, but I haven't been able to use this thing for quite some time. Like, it doesn't have an ICC ID attached to it. So, if it doesn't have an ICC registered to it, that means you ain't got a line of service to the device. But I've been getting billed for that line of service this whole time. Now, keep in mind, I have no problem paying off the physical watch. I'll pay this. No ifs, ands, or buts. Next pay, the remaining balance, I'll pay that off. And then I'm done. It's my watch. Completely done. Finished. But the service, though, if you had to transfer me to a service tech, Stalvo, and then he's like, oh, well, yeah, you don't have an ICC ID, and the only way this is really going to work is if it's connected to a phone that's on T-Mobile. I've never bought a phone from T-Mobile before. All I buy is the watches because they have them before Verizon does. And not to say anything bad about Verizon, but T-Mobile always had the wearables before they did. I don't know why that is, but it is what it is. So, I'm sitting here, and I'm like, alright, okay, I see what the situation is. It is what it is, and it sucks. But I have to embrace the suck and just handle this. But needless to say, I'm none too happy about how any of this was handled. Particularly with the individuals where I purchased the phone, when I purchased the phone that day. They should have did their jobs. Because I went to do a warranty replacement on my Gear S3. So, I could have a newer one because the old one got messed up a little bit. And I was paying insurance on it, so yeah, you give me what I'm paying for. So this little chick, she was, she chatted me up and she chatted me into upgrading. And I was like, all right, cool. Well, you know what? I seen it, and I'm always been the guy to grab the newest tech. I can't lie, that's what I do. And I'm like, all right. So I made sure to get the LTE. So that means it's got its own. It can be its own individual smartwatch with its own phone line. So in the event I don't have my phone, I can always fall back to my watch. So I can always have a line of communication regardless of whatever goes on. So instead of them making sure this thing was set up right, they just let me roll out with this, and that was the end of it. So I get home, and I don't think nothing about it. I'm like, all right, whatever, it's cool. I got it, and I should be good to go. Everything should have just transferred over. They got the information for the device, so somebody should have hooked it up. So some time goes by, weeks elapse, months elapse, and I'm like, you know what? I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Maybe I should look into this. Because, I got a lot going on outside of this. I got a car note, I got insurance, I got bills, and this is, I just want to make sure the monthly payments are done, so I don't get no, hey, you ain't paid this off, so we got to come get you. No, I don't play that game. I pay stuff off, so I ain't got to worry about that. But what I'm saying is this. If it's a situation where you're supposed to transfer on the back end in the store, if you guys know that I need to have the line that I'm paying for transferred to this, do that. That way I can just have what I need and I'll be good to go. So my watch isn't slaved to my phone. This should not have to rely on this for communication. This should be able to go, oh, phone's not here. Don't matter. I got this. This should be able to call, answer and receive calls on its own. Not be Bluetooth tethered to this guy. So, again, I get off the phone with customer service and the service tech and everything. And they, the service tech, like Mr. Alvaro, cool guy. Very helpful. A credit to his profession. Definitely say that. But, it's just like, it's frustrating. It makes your blood boil. Because it's always stuff like this where they do stuff to the little guy and they think they can get away with it. And it's not cool. It's not cool at all. And I don't appreciate it because that's bad customer service. So, quite simply, what I'm going to do is cancel. I got to cancel the line. Because I'm still going to get billed for it regardless, which is crazy. You don't have the means to access the line, but we're still going to bill you for the line. Does anyone notice that there are no calls being used or being made from the watch? When you use a phone, they know you're using the phone because they can track your call logs. They can track the data usage. They know when stuff's being done with this. It's 2019. Ain't no way in God's green earth you can't tell me somebody was sitting at a T-Mobile desk somewhere and going, you know what? This phone, this smartwatch ain't being used for nothing. For nothing. And this guy's getting billed. Maybe somebody should check and see what's going on with this. Because I guarantee you, if I was going over, if the line was being used and I went over whatever the data cap was, if they have data caps for the smartwatches, they probably do. But I'm sure if I was going over the data cap for this thing, I'm quite sure somebody would have been like, excuse me, Corey, we're about to tack another $50 on your line because you've been using more data than you're allowed for the month. So don't you think the inverse of that should be, at least someone should check? Like, maybe, is this guy dead? Something like that. Like, there's no usage on this thing. There's nothing being used. But he's still getting billed. A courtesy call. Something. Just to call and see what's going on. But that's businesses for you, though. Not. That's not all businesses. But that's businesses that don't pay attention to their customers. Because easily somebody could have been like, so are you aware that you're being paid, you're being billed for this? But they just want money. And that's what it's all about. It's just money. It's a crying shame. I'm going to stop ranting now.